This might be some of the best advice for a marriage. This is a game changer for me and my wife when we discovered this about 20 years ago. And we really began to change when we really truly understood what the needs of a man and what the real needs of a woman are. And when I understood that, it made so much sense in a lot of our fights and our arguments that would come out, and sometimes they'd be a little bit verbally aggressive. And when I began to understand what Holly needed, and when she began to understand what I really needed. And it really is bore out in the scriptures in Ephesians when the Bible talks about husbands love your wives as Christ loves the church, and that he gave himself up for her. And in that, she became spotless, without spot or wrinkle. She became without blemish. And what we find that a woman needs is a woman needs to know that she is loved for who she is. Change nothing about you. Christ loved the church because the church existed. And that's really one of the big needs that a woman has. That a woman needs to know that her man, no matter what, I don't want to change you. I'm not trying to fix you, right? I'm just simply here to love you and chase you for the rest of your life exactly the way you are. And what happens when a man does that and lays down his needs that he wants her to change, she will begin to change and become everything he desires. But as long as you try to change her, oh, that's a fight. But also in that, she wants to know that she's number one. It's interesting that as soon as a woman feels like something's more important than her, she will subconsciously or consciously, but it's usually subconsciously, she will battle against that thing. So as soon as she thinks that golf is more important than her, that you spend more time, more money, more effort on becoming a great golfer, all of a sudden she begins to battle when you're going to golf and she's mad and upset that you did this. And you're like, where did that come from? It simply came from the fact that she began to feel that she was less valuable than golf. How do you change that? Well, begin to do more with her, spend more on her than golf, spend more time with her than you were spending on your golf swing. Because let me give you a reality. When you're 80 years old, right, your golf games mean nothing, but a great marriage means everything. So your time and effort have to go towards what's going to give you the best future. Do I want to be the best golfer around, or do I want to have the best marriage? Because let me give you a reality and a fact. There is nothing on this earth better than a great marriage. But in the same way, there's nothing worse on this earth than a bad marriage. You have that choice. Spend that time with her and making her feel most important. But later there in Ephesians for the man, a man's greatest need, the Bible says, women or wives, honor your husband. And what does that mean? A man has a need to be valued for what he does. So a woman needs to be valued for who she is, who you are. I love it. A man, what he does. That's why when you'll gather together in like a group, a couples group, right? You all get together. The women are talking about themselves, like, "Hey, I did this. All right, I got these new shoes. I got this." Right there, they're about who they are. A man goes, "Let me show you the barbecue I built out back," or "Hey, check out this this elk that I got this year. Let me show you these pictures." A man is about what he does. He gets value from that. And so, women, when you make your man feel valuable for what he does, he goes to work, he works hard. And if he feels like you value that, he works around the house. And oftentimes, what he does isn't the best in the world, but make him feel valuable and important when he does something. This is why, in fights and arguments, a man oftentimes will attack who she is, while a woman will attack what he does. And it seems to trigger the man as soon as, well, you don't do this and you don't do this and do this. And he's like, well, you are a this and a that. And you find that we're attacking each other in the one areas that we're supposed to build up and not tear down. That men, that we should do our very best to always say everything about how amazing she is. Build her up as a person. Your voice that speaks into her should make her feel like, man, she is the most incredible, awesome, amazing woman on this earth. That's what your words should be. And women on the same way. Your man should feel from your words how valuable he is and what he does. He does so much for this home and this family. Man, tell other people when he's around, man, I am lucky to have a husband, man. You don't know what he does. He works hard for us. He lays down his life for us. And when he feels like you are valuing him for what he does, there isn't anything he won't do for you. And when she feels like you have value for who she is, there isn't anything that she won't change or do for you. And the crux or the center part of me and Holly's incredible marriage, right, that really began to change 23 years ago was when the two of us realized, wait a second, I need to make sure she's number one and make sure that my words are constantly feeding how valuable and important she is as a person. And she began to say, I need to make sure that my voice, the words that I say about what he does, needs to always be building him up, Because here's a reality, women, I'll leave you with this, that a man will always follow your words. And if your words are defeating and your words are what he can't do and what he doesn't do right and the things that are all wrong that he's doing, that seems to be where he is. He'll be defeated by world. But here's the reality that if you will simply build him up and tell him how awesome he is, even if he's right at the bottom right now, if you'll build him up, he'll work his way up to the top. He will follow your encouragement. He'll become an overcomer. He'll become a champion because a man inside of him, he'll either be defeated by your words or he'll be built up and encouraged to be a champion by your words. This is, I believe, one of the greatest cores of an incredible marriage is two people meeting these needs in one another.